It spawned me outside of the map. What the fuck?
I saw you.
Yep, it did that shit to me too, and then I spawned directly behind a guy.
You turned and jumped. I watched you do it.
Bro, I did not turn. It fucking just that's how it spawned me.
It did. It did.
Okay.
I watched it. Oh my
Yo,
god.
whose idea was this sun glare? They need to get fired.
Right?
Fuck, get them out.
Take away like 90% of this fucking plants and clutter and all this shit too. Let's make a map where you can see people. Yeah, fucking Christ.
Oh, the visual noise.
Oh, for real. I feel like the game gets grainier instead of prettier.
Dude, this game, oh my gosh.
I just watched the kill cam. This shit's weird.
Yeah, this is what the fuck is this spawn? Get me the hell, yo.
Dude, this is so trash. Oh my god.
We're all spawning on top of each other in a corner where a guy's already pre-fire spraying. Like, what the fuck?
Worst Connor. What's going on, everybody? It's Ice, and welcome back to another video. Today we're talking Vanguard. I'm worried for this game, like, desperately. I mean, we've got some problems that, like, just flat out aren't acceptable, like, in any game, much less, like, a AAA title, much less, like, a game that's supposed to be, like, the best-selling game every year. For example, audio issues. That's the biggest one. Like, if you haven't played Vanguard at this point, just to like give you an idea, like this is not an exaggeration. This is honestly my best description. Everything sounds like it's coming from like a tube. Like all your audio, it sounds like you have like tubes like between your headset or something. Like everything sounds muffled. Everything sounds like it's not the right thing. Most of the guns like don't really sound a lot different unless you're using them. If you're using them, everything sounds like pretty much normal. But like footstep audio, like things breaking audio, other people's guns audio, like first off, how far away they are versus how loud they are doesn't make any sense at all. Sometimes like somebody can be like doing something on the other side of the map and you won't hear them, and that would make sense, but sometimes you do hear them. Sometimes somebody can be right next to you and you hear them, which would make sense, but sometimes somebody can be right next to you shooting and you don't even hear it. So, like, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. I don't know if they, like, compressed audio files or something for the beta. I have no idea, but it's messed up. Another thing is the visuals. Like, for example, we can see on my screen here, if we look at the like the background, it just looks like film, like filmy, grainy, and like my settings, for example, are not even very low, like at all. I'm not at the lowest by any means, like it's the same thing as last year. I'm using more VRAM than last year, and it looked fine last year. So I don't really know what the deal is. And even if I set it to a higher one, like, I don't want to do that because, to be honest, it's kind of a pain to go through and redo all of that. But, because, like, some stuff you can get away with a little bit more than others. But, like, even when you turn it all the way up, it really doesn't look that much better, to be honest. So I'm worried about that, too. I'm pretty worried about the time to kill because so it feels faster than it actually is. It's actually still just a little bit slower than Modern Warfare, which would be fine. I would prefer that instead of maybe being a little bit slower than Modern Warfare, it was just a little bit faster than Cold War. And I know that sounds like the same thing, but like the difference between the two games is pretty significant. And I wish that it erred on the side of being like a little bit longer, like Cold War. Cold War was just a little too much because, like, I mean, you could like get behind people and it would be hard to get like a multi-kill, but in this it's just like, you know, a lot of times you can feel like there was just nothing you could do in a gunfight. And aside from time to kill, I think another reason that is because these sprint out times don't make any sense, and a lot of them are just downright ridiculous. So For the subs, these sprint out times are ridiculously short. 48 milliseconds, which is probably faster than most reaction times. So like all but instant, right? Such a minimal amount of time, it'd be hard to notice a difference. Pistols, I mean, that's fine, I guess. This pistol's actually pretty darn good, so 60 milliseconds is still maybe questionable. But then you go to another weapon like the ARs, and you're looking at almost half a second for your sprint out time. And then, you know, even like the rifles, all of a sudden you're looking at 3/4 of a second. Even something like a shotgun, which you're really not going to be aiming anyway, is over half a second. There's one that's ridiculous here, though. This has no this is before you put any attachments on it that could hinder it. And it's already at, you know, 1100, like over a second. And I mean, you see, you even put like a stabilizer on it and all this. I mean, I bet there's a build that will make this thing take 2 full seconds to come to a fire after you're sprinting, which is just completely unacceptable. Basically, what this does is it's going to make these guns feel like you're stuck in the mud a little bit in terms of being able to shoot. It's going to like prevent people from wanting to sprint. It's not going to incentivize them to move around at all, unless they're using a sub. MP40, probably the best gun in the game right now. Thing kills in like like 3 shots. Just with the way that torso multipliers and stuff, the time to kill doesn't quite make it crazy fast despite sounding crazy because the rate of fire is pretty slow. But it's kind of whack because once you get hit by that first bullet, that's really when you're going to be reacting, and by that point the game's kind of like you're kind of done. Not really a whole lot you can do. Like you've already lost 1/3 of your health, or more if they hit you in the head. Another thing that I'm kind of worried about is the way that the attachments are in general. I kind of see what they were trying to do where, you know, some things they want to, like, they want to give you tons of options, but they also want, they don't want the default, like, you have 8 attachment slots, you put 8 attachments on. But some of this stuff just, like, doesn't really seem like it makes sense. Some of it doesn't go together. Some things are so bad, like, that it just serves no point. I know that I've seen a lot about it. I don't even have it at the moment, but there's, like, barrels that you can put on the sniper rifles that reduce their damage so much that they're, like, not even a one-shot anymore. But you're still not even having, like, in the whole point of it is you're reducing your damage in order to be able to aim down sights faster and go to sprint to fire faster. And it's still slower than, like, most of the other weapons in the game. So things don't really make sense. The next one, and to me, this is another really big one. This game might have the worst maps that I have ever seen. Like, ever. And I don't know if it's something that they plan to change, or if they have, like, at the moment, if they put the best maps in or they put the worst maps in or what. But, like, I would assume that, you know, if you're only releasing a couple maps, you're going to put, like, your best foot forward type of deal, especially for a beta where you're trying to convince people to buy it. And these maps are absolutely horrible. Like, nothing makes any sense. It's just a big cluster of garbage in the middle and a loop around the outside, and that's pretty much the summary of every map in this game, which clearly is not working. The spawns are awful. I don't even spawn on the map sometimes. Like, you spawn outside of the map and you fall to your death, and then you respawn into gunfire. And I've got a video of this one that I'll put at the end, just because it's just so blatantly stupid. Like, you can watch people spawn, like, time after time after time, and just rack up kills, and then eventually, you know, you get to moving around again, you get in a bad spot, and somebody just literally in the kill cam is reloading their gun for the first time, spawning in, and shoots you in the back, and then you spawn outside the map and it happens 2 more times, and then you get a good spawn and you get some more kills. It just like seems super unmade, like underdeveloped. The kill streaks, pretty much all of them are worthless. I don't even call them in, except for the spy plane, the death machine, and sometimes I call in the flame knot. But like the dogs, which are normally like a staple, super exciting kill streak, are all but worthless. You know, the glide bomb doesn't even move. The counter spy plane, the map doesn't work right anyway, so it doesn't make a difference whether it's on, whether the spy plane is up or the counter spy plane is up or not. Yeah, so I'm just like, I don't really know what we're doing here. I like the adjustments that I have seen here, where they change. I think they changed the recharge rate of armor plates. I think they were fast before. So I'm glad to see that. So hopefully that means they're listening a little bit, and I know that Sledgehammer typically does a little bit better than that with others. What next? The perks. I will say this is the good thing. This is one good thing. I'm pretty happy about the perks setup and layout. I think everything makes sense with which perk slot it's in. And I like the options that we have. Obviously, Dead Silence would be a nice one, but that wasn't in there. Another point is with Warzone, I am worried about this third one, though. Maybe things change, though. I will say, and I commend them for this one, I am super glad that they put this perk in the game. I know they want us to not have the normal radar anymore for whatever reason. I think it's stupid, and whoever trying to get rid of that idea should get the boot. But I'm really glad to see that perk in the game, because at least those of us that want to play the game the way it probably should be played can run this, and we'll see how this like advances. And I like also how they put it with other perks that are all kind of just like, nothing is super like a crutch perk. Like High Alert, it's cool to have, but you don't necessarily need it. Forward Intel is pretty cool, but you don't necessarily need it. Tracker, also pretty cool, pretty useful, but you don't need it. And Radar is also one of those. So I like the way that they did that. Most of these are pretty useless. The stun is pretty nice. I've seen good things about the stim, except maybe it takes a little too long to actually hit. The pistols are really good. The launchers are really bad. The knife is a knife. But that is pretty much a summary of that. The only other thing that I have to like complain or not complain about really is the game types. I'm a little nervous that Hardpoint isn't in here. I really hope that they're not planning to do anything. I like the combat pacing options. I think that this is a good addition, and probably something we could have come up with a long time ago. So long as they can keep the maps and the spawns right, I would love to see how this works out. And I like that it applies for every game mode. Like, you know, a large party size search and destroy, that might actually make search and destroy something worth playing for someone like me that likes a little bit more action that search and destroy usually is. But yeah, that's pretty much the summary of it. You know, I'm worried about the kill streaks. I'm worried about the state the game is in, just in terms of like basic developmental stuff, like audio and visual. Like, I mean, even when I look at this main menu screen, like instead of like wanting to like sit back a little bit and like get ready for my game, it just it just makes me agitated. Like, I can't even say it. I just look at it, it's just so bad. Like, what were they doing? You know what, screw it. I am gonna change the quality to ultra. I mean, it still looks terrible. Why does it look so grainy and like horribly out of focus? What were they doing? You had so much time. I don't understand. Oh, all right, but yeah, check out this video at the end. It's obnoxious. The game's something, I guess, but let's see how Warzone turns out. Never thought I'd say that. See you in the next one. Peace. They weren't in college last summer.
So real.
We got a
Holy
new
shit.
control zone available.
2 left side.
Got 2 left side. There's 2 more.
We have the lead. Keep it up. Patrol zone is ours.
Fire is too heavy.
Behind us, behind us.